I am also here.
So, it's all about trickery to you?
I'm here in the
Wherever have you
background
come
doing
from?
Twitch things.
No,
Ah,
no. I detest trickery. But if we ourselves are to suffer deception, our hands are no longer tied. Where are we?
Well,
Okay, can you all hear me now?
the muscular contraction is there. Means you're already.
Okay, so
yeah.
we're gonna restart that. Because all of you need to see this opening. Are we good now? Go Onion! I need to collect the tools.
It's all about trickery to you? Wherever have you come from?
No, no. I detest trickery. But if we ourselves are to suffer deception, our hands are no longer tied. Where are we?
Well, the muscular contraction is there. Means you're already inside of him. This must be one of the ventricles, right here.
What a silly place. It's stuffed. So it's not real for now? I don't think it has started yet.
Does it matter what it's made of? It's definitely struggling. We need to perform Sectio Transversalis. Cut the wall. There's no other way out. What else is there to do?
I know what to do. Those who favor hard logic and direct action are bound to be misguided. Only a miracle can set us free without us having to destroy something. And I can do miracles. Just let me.
Will you
Yeah.
please be quiet? You're a liar and a thief. Who's going to believe you when you keep lying to yourself? The truth is my shepherd. Whatever happens, I will find answers, and justice will be restored. I will perform the operation.
You'll understand, this is like probably the most
Don't
colorful
you
part
go
of the
all bossy on me, clever clogs. You will act justly, but your justice will blind you and become his demise. This calls for the gentle hand of a surgeon.
And yes, I'm very
Step
excited.
aside, both of you.
I don't think I can do
Your
that
gentle
one.
hands are used to killing, not giving life. You will inevitably do harm. As for Brainy, he has no regard for casualties at all. Neither of you knows compassion.
Yes, it seems unlikely that we'll get along well, but there's only one truth.
Any choice is right as long as it's willed. That's the truth of the matter.
Only the heart will show you the right choice. Stop thinking about yourselves. Think of the sick. He's in pain. I can't see it yet, but I can feel it.
It's not even a trap. It's a grave. Subipsum funis sumus. Can't say I hold a soft spot for it.
I can see that. You're full of hate. Stuffed or not, it's breathing. I can hear it. It can be healed rather than killed.
Oh no!
You mean you won't become a killer? But you will. Mark my word, that's exactly what will happen. but I can avoid it.
No, we won't ever get along. I suggest we be on our way. The sooner the better.
Off we go then?
Let's go. The clock is ticking.
Okay, so these are the free characters you can play as in the game. There's the Haruspex in the back. He's a surgeon. There's the Bachelor who's in the middle. Who's the sad doctor who's trying to cure death. And then there's the Changeling. And the Changeling I have to unlock, but I will be very excited for when I beat this game and can show you all a Changeling when. Because I identify with her quite a bit. So let me do the introductions real quick for those of you who are unfamiliar with Pathologic. Pathologic is a game about a plague that takes place in the Russian steppes in an indeterminate period of time. I believe H. Robert Guy said like the 1800s. You'll all see. That's also why I changed the UI. It's got a very distinct color pattern, and I think you'll appreciate that I didn't keep the bright green. So we're gonna be playing as the Bachelor. The history of humanity witnessed a number of catastrophes that demonstrated without a shadow of a doubt the pettiness of human achievement and the triumph of the invincible evil. Outbreaks of infectious diseases that have from time to time wiped towns and cities off the map are undoubtedly among these. However smart and virtuous, the people caught up in these destructive events have repeatedly come to the conclusion that it's no use trying to fight those circumstances. The best you can do is bite the bullet and cope with your losses. This is the story of a person who has managed to work a miracle and defeat a seemingly invanquishable foe. The Bachelor is an asshole. He is probably the least likable playable character in this game, but he is the one that you start out as. Technically, you could start out as the Haruspex, but that's like the hard mode.
I got a new emote, look.
Oh my god. I'm going to go with the Bachelor.
Daniil Dankovsky,
I like it a lot.
Bachelor
You
of
did a great job.
Medicine, was brought here
Well, I
by
realized I had like 4 or
circumstances
5 open
most
emote
unfortunate.
slots. I was like, well, I got stuff I can
Dankovsky's
fulfill
life
these
work,
with.
His theory challenging the existing
So that's what I've been doing
notions
right
of
now. I
human
got
mortality
I
is
got
being
these are the
harshly
other 3 I
persecuted
added. If you
by
want to
the
just take a
powers
look.
that be.
I like them
Suddenly,
a lot.
a letter arrives from a colleague.
Make sure you credit
suggesting
Sony.
that there is previous
Yes, I
undiscovered
will.
evidence which may support Dankovsky's
I am ready for
claims.
the surprise.
There is a settlement, the letter says, ruled by an extraordinary man who may well be seen as objective proof of
The
Dankovsky's
intro to this
daring
has a play that
hypothesis.
introduces all 3 playable
Grasping
characters,
at straws of
and I
hope,
like sitting through it.
Dankovsky decides
But
to
yes, I am
follow
ready
what
now.
he believes to be the sign of
Very excited.
divine providence. Without further ado, he sets off for the settlement. Late at night, Bachelor arrives in the town.
Oh my
As he
god!
sits
Oh
with
my
the door,
God.
He gets to know a girl called Eva Yan.
Thank
and
you so
stays at her
much!
place till
Jesus
dawn.
Oh my God.
Christ! Woo! Oh, thank you so much. Oh, that's fucking wonderful. Oh,
Permanently on the leaderboard. Holy shit.
oh, God. Oh, that's incredible. Thank you so
Hey,
much.
if you give one more bit, you'll beat out Chaos Crypt. Too, with the gold badge. Yeah, I was about to say do it. Yeah, just one.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, I fucking love that.
I know y'all couldn't see it, but I did dap for that.
You did that for that. Thank you so much. Oh my god. That is. God, thank you so much. Oh, yeah, you did. I don't know what I'd be able to do without you all. I don't know how I'd be able to pay for my medical treatments or fucking anything. You all are incredible, and I'm glad that I can at least bring you stuff like this. Yeah, I'm fucking blue screening alright. It really does mean a lot to me. Oh, and that's him. That's the big fucking bastard. My favorite little goth bitch. Yuri's here. So the only explanation about how we meet this chick is that we roll into town intending to meet somebody who has lived for a very, very long time. And we believe that he's going to have the secret to defeating death. And somehow, like, in the night, we meet this chick, and she's just like, come back to our mansion. Come stay with me during your weird mission to cure death.
5,000 additional bits.
Thank you! You know, this means that, I owe you. I owe you. Absolutely. So, will you...
You need to finish the Robin now.
Oh, I did. Well, I've got the
Oh,
first two
cool.
frames going, but I definitely have to add a blank and some additional features to it.
Here you can have a little antifreeze as a treat.
I really appreciate it. I was really excited to stream this, and I wasn't expecting everybody to turn out so quickly. This has just been wonderful. So let's start with our mission. As of today, my mission remains obscure. The examination of Simon Kane, who's rumored to be a man of incredible longevity, may shake the very foundation of modern phanatology and challenge the existent notions of death itself. However, even if this undying Leviathan proves to be more than a fairy tale, the mere confirmation of his existence won't suffice to prevent the powers that be from shutting our laboratory down. I need to figure out the most fruitful approach. Simon is a well-respected man, and if he mistakes my interest for effrontery, it would be nigh impossible to convince him to help me break new ground in the field of human vitality. You're wonderful. By the end of the day, the Bachelor finds himself facing a truly unvanquishable foe. I don't know why we expected to win at defeating death. I don't know why we picked this as our thesis. Seems a little try-hard.
The Bachelor's fucking stupid, that's why.
I had a feeling you would come.
Did the sounds from outside wake you up too? There was a terrible groan and something snapped loudly. No, I heard nothing. I fell asleep so quickly I didn't even notice. It's like I fainted. So what sounds are you talking about? I think there are strangers in the backyard by the pond. They're unlikely to be planning mischief, but I have a bad feeling about this. I'm afraid to go out to them. I hope they will go away soon and stop disturbing our sleep. I'd like to thank you for the hospitality, for board and bed. I sincerely hope you have everything you need because I'm very happy to have you here. Daniil, is it? Can you please tell me where your ruler, Simon Kane, lives? Are you willing to trade the company of a fascinated woman for that of a dreadful old man, even if he is a sorcerer? That's so sad. But Simon won't go anywhere. He is. He has always been. He always will be, even if the moon were to fall to the ground. Please, stay with me a little longer. Simon is a sorcerer? Did I hear you right? Is that the secret to his longevity? I couldn't even imagine the hospitality here, but who is waiting for me? I didn't notify old Burka of my arrival. I'm not even sure what could make me take off for this place. We'll go with the first one. Looking through the old tweets, and I cannot tab out of this game, otherwise it will break everything. So I'm relying on both Yuri and Lykios to provide me with in-character tweet descriptions.
I will. I am doing art in the background.
That's fine. Are you in that much of a hurry? Do come round. The Canes are asleep now. Take your knockabout coat off. Have a rest in my bed. Let me warm your hands. You're so anxious to see Simon, as though your life depended on it. My life, yes. Now that my laboratory is on the brink of destruction, my whole life's pursuit depends on that remarkable man. If he has really managed to live that long, then his tissues will help me defeat death. Death, so that's the enemy you've chosen for yourself. Isn't it hard? I don't think anyone has managed to defeat that evil yet. Millions of doctors defeated on certain singular occasions, but my enemy is more fearsome. It is death itself rather than a singular case of death. I look forward to every update that you give us for Sonics and music. It is phenomenal. I don't understand. This is what happens every time I talk to women. I can barely understand it myself. Could death only seem inevitable to us, but in reality be nothing more than a whim of the will that has shaped this world? That is the question. So where's the key to my victory? Show me where Simon lives. It's not far. The Canes live at the Crucible, Bridge Square. But could I please offer you a piece of advice? Go on. Simon has two younger brothers. The eldest of the two, Georgie, is called the Judge. I think Georgie is called the Judge by the locals. Visit him first. He isn't asleep. He'll teach you how to speak with Simon. The youngest of the three is Victor. His daughter, Maria, also wanted to see you. It's probably important. I need no advice. Was it she knew about my arrival beforehand? So you could either play the Bachelor as a disgruntled but like okay-ish like sort of like sheltered intellectual, or you can play him as a complete asshole. Right, we'll see some of the asshole options pop up. Was it she knew about my arrival beforehand? Yes, she told me about it privately. Talking to her is no simple task. Maria is that kind of person. She puts on airs, but that's just how the kings are. It was Maria that told me that she would help you defeat death. That's the precise wording. What a coincidence. All right, thank you for the advice. Go, and we'll prepare everything for your return. Do you come back after you speak to the Canes? They probably do a lot of things that will puzzle you and put you on guard. I will have some advice that will be of help to you if you need it. Okay, I come back. So this is the map. It's not very helpful in my opinion.
It is not. It is very hard, but at least your character is marked on the map.
Yeah. So y'all are probably wondering why I did that. Have a seat. I'll tell you all about it. Please tell us, because we will be doing a lot of walking. Also, I totally haven't been too busy to draw or anything. Besides my Guild Wars 2 tab before anybody sees it. Oh, but I love your Guild Wars 2 streams. I've had this stream for the past year. A one-time shopping spree to set up my life exactly how I want it. Knew everything. Everything. That's how you do it.
There's significant lag on the stream. People, one of the things I'm doing right is I added a fun little thing to my video tube, and everyone's going to get to see me add it on in real time. If that's okay with you, Hachi.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay, so basically what I have to do is I have to walk and talk with a lot of people, so y'all can free to go ham in the chat. I would absolutely love that. I just have to make sure I don't get brutally murdered. But you know what? Since I'm not exactly speedrunning this, maybe we should introduce you to some of these folks.
I do want to hear Ash's story. I've had this dream for the past year. A one-time shopping spree to set up my life exactly how I want it. Knew everything. And the bank called me the other day. They approved you for it. The oldest Guild Wars 2 character turned 7 in a few days. Oh, that's cool, Skynet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, tell us about your budget, Ash.
Your Guild Wars 2 character is in middle school now. So this is the Tragedy Inn. I forget what the other one's named, but these fellows are there to teach you the tutorial. What the fuck? Damn, okay, you are set. God. You better update us on your transformation. I want to see what you do with it. You absolutely deserve it. You've been through absolute hell in the past fucking year. Need I remind you that a wise man is sated with food?
Here we go. Yeah. Oh no! I put letters on it and they're flipped, and now people can tell.
Oh no! Also, you're too small.
Oh, hold on, I'll fix that. Hold on. That's probably my fault. Give me a second. Oop. Did that fix it?
Yeah, that fixed it.
There you go. This was. I was like, what emotion could I make? And I was like, oh yeah, what if I was telling a private story and I didn't want anyone to know who I was?
Yeah. I like that. So these two fellas are great. Because they talk to you, and I'm wasting so much time. They talk to you basically like you're the player character, or that you're the OC of the player character. Can somebody hit allow for me?
Yeah, I got it.
Let me remember how to open up my map after playing Elden Ring all day. I'm going in the wrong direction.
You hit minus. That's how you do it. You hit minus.
No, I understand completely.
I put it up for some people.
People have no fucking idea how expensive literally anything is. And when you transition, you're fucking changing your entire life.
Hello. Here for Pathologic. Nice. We have Pathologic. This isn't the type of Pathologic you have at home, though, so... is some sort of brand new type of pathologic.
They have no idea. Like it's only like people who've been through it. Like you're paying the bill up front, and you're not having to you're not doing it over like the course of like a couple years or whatever. But like it's expensive. Like for example, like top surgery is like 10K.
I have a heartache.
So this is George Kane. Most venerable doctors, with great impatience that we have been expecting you, you need not to delve into the minutiae of your business with us, since your family is well acquainted with your scholarly work. We are also quite aware of the difficulties that you are experiencing and well prepared to do our utmost to support you. It hurts me all the more to inform you that Simon, my consanguineous brother, the creator, keeper, and embodiment of all that surrounds us, has been murdered. I cannot believe it. It cannot be.
Did the thing I want to draw, is it a fetish? No! I didn't want it to be a fetish!
I saw a manga that I instantly referred to as We Have Beastars at Home. I just had to share that. Excellent. I'm gonna start telling people how much money do I need to give you to fuck off. You're right.
I had like an idea for a drawing prompt that I wanted to work on, and then I searched like an approximation of it, and it's like TV tropes, intimate hairbrushing.
You know, as fetishes go, intimate hairbrushing just sounds kind of cute.
I guess.
So, I don't know if you all want me to read through all of this dialogue. It is wild, and I am realizing now that I look at the screen that I'm obscuring a bit of it. Basically, to summarize, what happened is that we discovered that Simon Kane is murdered by talking to Georgery, and now we have to talk to everyone to gather clues as to what actually happened. We know it's a plague, like, because we're playing Pathologic. None of these people think it's a plague. They think he's gotten murdered by something. We're gonna figure out what that murderer is. Has it occurred to you that your brother could have died a natural death? It won't be easy for you to accept it as fact, but this fact is not subject to debate. My brother could under no circumstances have died a natural death. And you're implying that you can prove that? I'd rather not waste our time explaining the entire situation to you, even if it helps me substantiate the claims that you are justified to see as extraordinary. My dear doctor, I could not imagine what kind of infernal aptitude the killer of Simon Kane must have, but Simon could not have died a natural death, so murder is the only feasible explanation. I do not doubt that your brother could fight death like no other, but there was not and could not be an immortal man. Am I not here to see that if whether or not Simon Kane is immortal? The physiological paradox is obvious, I grant you, and I'm not going to try persuading you otherwise. I am not a strong player in the field of academic debate, but I repeat, under no circumstances could my brother die a natural death. Immortality is the greatest secret humanity is forbidden to possess, but still, my brother managed to break the seal that it walked away from everyone else. Well, fine. In any case, I came here to see a mystery, not a person. I'm willing to sell my soul to you if it helps me reveal it. How can I help? I will tell you who my brother was and what he has become if you find his murderer. For now, let me bring up the fact that Simon lived 157 years without being susceptible to any kind of disease. No influenza, no pneumonia, no hemorrhage, no organ failures or malignant growths have ever plagued him. Yes, I believe in that. I came here to witness the possibility of such a phenomenon, but immortality? Isidore has done more than he thinks. I have a lingering feeling that time itself is using uncontestable powers to further its own intentions. What do you think? I'm no fatalist. The other option is categories like time, nature, and fate deprive man of responsibility for what goes on around him. I was taught to avoid this worldview. I'm gonna go with the second option. It could be that my mind is clouded by sorrow, but I cannot escape the feeling that your arrival was no coincidence. Your choice was made for you, my dear doctor. Let us not blame fate for it. Isidore wrote to you without making us aware. He took a risk that he could have displeased our family. Why do you speak the word fate with such disgust? I prefer the word time, in a fatalistic sense of the notion, of course. So Simon wasn't aware I would come? Even though we were uncertain of when you would arrive, my brother was looking forward to meeting you. The tragedy may have been a consequence of the actions he took in preparation for your arrival. Someone has taken a powerful piece from the chessboard, a piece upon which your position here depended. It is doubly regrettable that Simon was playing on our side. So you presume the queen knew of the blow and sacrificed itself for a pawn? But why? Meanwhile, someone in our Discord I'm in got banned for being transphobic in a fetishizing way. And according to other people's DMs to harass them when they got a warning. God, I hate that. Discord has been giving me. I have neglected to maintain our Discord as well as it should. But ugh, everything that's been happening lately about it has been giving me bad vibes. To grant you victory over death. Was it not your ultimate aspiration to help you?
Just like Elden Ring. Just like Elden Ring.
Just like Elden Ring. Elden Ring. Elden Ring. Elden Ring.
I'll be right back.
That's how you're gonna do that?
Yeah.
To help you, Simon seems to have played a very dangerous game with fate itself. He went out of his way to provide you with a body of evidence. What did he do? It is of no importance to me exactly what he did. He took another leap for the stars and paid a terrible price for it. I repeat, he was murdered. The subject of importance here is the identity of the murderer. Everything has gone to rack and ruin. I wish I could take vengeance upon the person who ripped the life from this man. Do you want to help us, Doctor? Find the murderer for us. My brother Victor, who is in the wing next door, would share some of his thoughts on the matter. Help us and the reward will not disappoint you. Indeed, it seems that there are too many coincidences. Your brother's murderer can be just as well called the murderer of Bachelor Davonsky. I can pronounce my own name. I will help you in every way that I can. Like, you think they know not to be transphobic when there's a large number of trans people in the server? Big think. Yeah, you just gotta read the room. I'm convinced that if there's anyone at all that can help us solve this puzzle, then it is you. The mission calls for someone as astute and inventive as yourself. If Isidore was an instrument of fate, then Simon's murder could be a message that fate intended for you personally. Do you not think I am inclined to blame you for that? I am not. How do you plan to look for the murderer? We will take our own measures. The only thing I can expect from you is to be yourself. Do only what you think is required. Whatever you find out, whatever you do, whatever your day turns into, everything is a clue to the solution of this puzzle. I repeat, everything that is happening here is happening on your account. Fine, I'm fine with this course of action. You have my sympathy! Okay, so that's done. We're gonna save. Mostly because if I suddenly die, I'm not gonna reload. GameCube controller. Work for me. I'm not gonna reload the entire save because that would be ridiculous. I'm instead just gonna go back to the save that I made for this. So Gregory's house is here, his brother Victor's house is here, and his sister's house here is in the middle. The sister is the one that gives you the lists of the people that you are bound to in this game. These are people that have to survive the plague alive in order for you to win. It's not important for us on the first day, but it will be important for us on the rest of the run. This is Victor.
It is far easier to be wise for others than to be so for oneself.
The famous Dr. Davinsky, your arrival is a great honor for us. Victor Kane at your service. Daniel Davinsky at yours. I foresee the things have become ordinary for us. I foresee that the things that have become ordinary for us will probably make you feel uncomfortable and disturbed. I would like to compensate you for that impression. You know, our small community has fallen out of the loop. Time leaves us behind. What do you mean? I mean the traditions. Games we play with passion will most likely be of no interest to you. The people you meet here might seem eccentric, naive, or even somewhat deranged. Please take it easy on us. Don't judge us too strictly. You will later find out that you've arrived here in September, and this is the season in which all of the local flowering plants decide to bloom, covering the entire town with drugs. I will do my best not to disappoint you. I hope we will be able to work in an atmosphere of mutual trust. Let's go with that
I fear
one.
that Simon's death is a symbolic event.
How can I help you? Gregory has told me everything, which is to say he told me very little, but it was enough to astound me. He maintains that you could provide a more detailed account. So you've agreed to help us. I have. May I ask why? The killer's goals seem to align astonishingly well with the goals of those who have been waging war against my work, destroying death, for years. I guess murdering people, sort of works against the goal of destroying death. But, I guess. You know what? We'll go with I want to solve a puzzle. I even like having so little information. It's a challenge to my intellect. I'm prepared to answer any questions you may have. Yeah, you know what? That's exactly the look I deserve. When was Simon last seen? He sent Isidore home, and then an hour later he came into the hall to see us. Lykios has wandered off to go do stuff. He's making art while I do the stream of Pathologic, and he decided that he would modify his rig thusly. I support this. I flipped the rig, not realizing it would make his words backward, because I didn't know there would be words. Hello, Dick Rickles. We're doing a run of Pathologic, because my soul, in part, belongs to H Bomber Guy. We love you too. I'm having so much fun with this game. I feel like you would appreciate it. It's got like a very interesting writing style. And it makes me it amuses me quite a bit. He sent Isidore home, and an hour later, he went to the hall to see us. He announced his plans to withdraw into the focus and receive no one. He told us not to approach the focus and to fast for a week, partaking of neither meat nor water. Then in the morning, he was found dead. Could he have been poisoned? No, he hadn't eaten or drunk anything for several days, and prior to that, he'd only drunk wine from the old household stock. He would open the bottles himself. What made him take such precautions? I've never really thought about it. Indeed, but were they precautions at all? He was always conducting experiments on himself. Not only on his body, but on his time, his language, his way of thinking, even his fate. Could his death been the outcome of one of such experiments? I think between me and you that is precisely what Reverend Gregory fears. I can say nothing more about that. How was the body discovered? The servants discovered him in the morning. The room had been ransacked. Everything that was breakable had been broken. His disfigured, contorted body bore signs of terrible suffering. His neck was twisted. His spine broken, I think. No one had touched the body. It's currently inside the focus and will remain there for the prescribed amount of time. Oh, okay, so that's how we know that he couldn't have died of natural causes. He was absolutely fucking destroyed. Do you suspect anyone? No, all I know is that Isidore was with him that evening. Well, no one can enter the focus against Simon's will. Well, perhaps a higher being could, but no one else. Could the murderer have already been waiting for Simon there? No, you have no concept of what the focus is. Entering it is like entering someone else's mind, or a drawn picture, if you will. It's impossible. Well, Simon did somehow, didn't he? He could perform far more impressive feats. There's a reason why the whole town revered him. Alright, so how can I help you? Tell me honestly, dear Victor, did Simon exist at all? I have never chosen this option. Bravo, Doctor, there's indeed a spark of genius to you. Alas, yes, you did. Alas? It's not what I would benefit from his... It's not that I would benefit from his death. Alas, for that would be too simple an explanation. Simon Welland did truly exist. That is exactly what's left everyone in disarray. It was so hard for them to accept his existence that the thought of his demise is now driving them mad. You were all his heirs. Wouldn't you all benefit from his death? Didn't the old man rather overstay his welcome in this world? His death is a challenge to our continued existence. We are never insane nor suicidal. Who do you expect? Just take a look around. Trust your intuition. Do whatever you like. Speak to whoever you feel the need to. Look for the murderer, doctor, and you will find them. Keep looking into the last breath. I'm sure your rational thinking will help you. Alright, so who among the townsfolk can help me? My daughter can better advise you here. Her name is Maria. So, for several days, she's been obsessed with some design that is somehow related to your arrival. Yes, don't be surprised. She knew beforehand you were coming. I'm not surprised. Really, that's good. Anyway, Maria believes that several bound people will play a special role in your fate. Before you leave this place, of course. Perhaps it is them that you should ask for help first. First, I'll seek help from my dear colleague, Isidore Booker. Where does he live? I'll show you, but you must be careful. Simon's murderer, whoever they are, could not be an ordinary person. I can't imagine them even being a person. I fear it could only be fate, wearing the guise of a mysterious monster. I don't believe in fate. So, once you know who you're supposed to be talking to, the game itself is rather straightforward. I love this cool little statue. The art in this game is really pretty, and we're spending precious moments of your life force spending time to look at. You will most likely spend way more time running around on the map aimlessly trying to figure out where you're supposed to go. But that's why you're watching me, because I'm gonna make those mistakes for you. Hello! We are playing Pathologic. I am doing the first day as the Bachelor, and I'm very bouncy. There we go. Oh, hey, Gilly! Gilly, we're pathologicing. I have not yet gotten my delicious egg, but hopefully I will find one on this quest. Hello, Morgan.
Yes.
Oh, this is
Okay,
this
I'm
is
back.
the interesting part. This is where we figure out who our bound are. Oh, and Lykios is back.
Hello, everyone.
You resemble an adventurer rather than a doctor. I am an adventurer. I saw you in a dream. Don't flatter yourself. My desires have nothing to do with that. I simply saw you all take us by the throat. What else did you see in that dream? I'll tell you when I think I can trust you. I hope that happens soon.
Oh, mother. Why can't you be here with us?
Now listen closely. The time for collusion, secrets, and alliances has come. I'm going to ask something of you. I am not used to that. I'm used to holding the reins, but you are not harnessed, so it'd be unacceptable to address you in this manner. I find solace in the fact that my request will be welcomed with you. It fits your style of venture. I'm not an adventurer, and my job is no venture. I hope it never becomes one. Yes, you better be polite. I don't take kindly to orders. I am a creature of liberty. Yeah, this game is really good. H-Bomber Guy does a very good job of selling it, while the entire time telling you not to buy it. I want to try Pathologic too. I'm very disappointed they never finished the project. But who knows? Maybe one day. I just got an ad for some eggs. Excellent. Brand Boy Strong. Thank you so much for telling me that.
Yeah, it just happens in America sometimes. You just get ads for eggs, milk, bread. I mean, it's a sign that the economy is strong and healthy.
I apologize if my words come across mangled and silly. I am truly not used to asking, but the nature of my request demands complete and selfless humility. Just imagine me begging and kneeling, and believe me, I do feel that way. No need to kneel. What do you want to talk about? I kneel myself before a lady as charming as you. Egg. He made the video on this game a few months before the Bopid walked out. That makes me feel resonance with this game. Yeah, I feel like the most appropriate time for me to have ever played this game is now. But also, I hope you're feeling good today, haven't you? Yes, I do. I took a day of rest, and now I am further being chided into taking more days of rest, which I am considering, given how much you all have supported me through all of this stuff. I've felt the urge, especially with everything that's been on the news in regards to the trans law stuff, to really just kind of work myself to the bone, I guess. But like, I desperately needed the break, and I wouldn't have been able to give myself permission without all of your support. So thank you. Today's theft was the first, but it won't be the last. Simon has opened the score of irreplaceable victims. Soon their number will multiply. I will beg you to preserve the lives of several people when the lines of their fortune cross yours. Before any of them dies, there will be a moment where you'll be able to intervene. I know that for a fact. Who are these people? That doesn't matter. What is destined to happen will happen. You can be whatever you want to be, but not a coward choosing to hear no evil and run away from reality. I will give you a list of those I know if those people are bound to you. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go that route. When the world is going on here, are you trying to flirt with me? Yeah, she is trying to flirt with you by introducing her entire polycule at once and immediately binding them to you. And honestly, it's working. Yes, you haven't been told, have you? It didn't even cross my mind that someone might be unaware of my abilities. No one here dares to doubt them, for they are evident. Yes, the mistress of every ruling house possesses special abilities. I'm learning to see the future and transform the present. This fact offers your words a different degree of authenticity. Forgive me, but I don't believe in this type of phenomenons. This type of woman could get me to believe into anything. Will you comply with my request? Will you save the lives of the people I named to you? Answer me before going back to Eva.
It's random, or is it assigned to each character?
Take your rest, and if you need more donos, just let me know. I had a moderate one full, and I'm using it to help people in my community. You are wonderful. It is very much appreciated. You've done so much for me already. Random question. What do you call when someone shames your clothing choice of the day? I'm bad at the snappy nade comebacks. Yuri and Lykios are much better than that than me. But if there's one thing I've learned from like just like doing clothes donations is that like there's been
Your
no
haberdashery is subpar.
there is no point where any article of clothing has not been considered cool or cringe. Everything is endlessly recycled on a continuous refrain until the end of human civilization. We will have poopy shirts until the death of the heat death of the fucking universe. I will. Okay, let's see. I always follow my principles. It doesn't matter what lines of fortune cross. There will be no exceptions. What's important is wearing just shit that you like, because there will be no one that will have to deal with your body more than yourself.
How do I draw?
How do you draw what?
How do I draw breast from side A with arm?
Side boob? Did you just ask me how to draw side boob?
Yeah, like how does this fucking hold on? I'm doing like a draw over kind of like a meme, but the but it is very much a gender swap.
Ah.
Like Lykios is the female character. Now it's pretty easy. But Sinessa is the male character. I've never drawn.
Honestly, never be afraid to Google a reference. I need to send you like a website for like drawing references. If anybody's got a good one, they can just drop in the chat. Okay, so these are our bound. We have to make sure they live. Since we're only trying to survive the first day, it's not really a concern for us right now. But like for the duration of our run, we kind of have to worry about that. So it's Gregory, Victor, Andre, who we haven't met yet, Peter, who we haven't met yet, Maria, who's this person, Eva Jan, who I believe, yeah, we met before. Yeah, that's the one that has the mansion that's hosting us. And Mark Immortal, who we haven't met. Mark Immortal is fun, and after we beat the first day, I'm going to go a little bit more into the second, at least enough to take you all to the theater, because you all deserve to see that. I love them. There needs to be more fan art of them. Oh my god, I love that so much. Nobody has combined those two cat emojis like that before. Oh.
It's the Tandy one. Woo.
Yeah, it's the Tendy and Windgrace one. Okay, so I'm moving this map around way too much. So our first goal is to go here. There are 2 other achievements that you can get on the first day of this game. There's the one where you just die from not doing anything, and like that you don't even have to leave your house for it. You can just fall asleep and you'll get a game over and you'll die. The second one, which I'm going to go over right now, because we're going to be walking through town, I'm going to try to trigger this event. That takes place, actually not here, over here. And our goal with that one is to find an invisible cat. But that's the only area in the game where you'll have a quest on the first day where it's not explicitly marked. And I will go back over that. Going the wrong way again. I will go back over that as time goes on. Also, let's crank this up a little bit. Give me a little, I'm like watching it in real time. So we're gonna save. And we're gonna check the map again because I'm really bad at orienting myself. Which is, you know, kind of a problem to have in a game that's mostly just like walking around on a map, but like, you'll see that if even I, lonely, broken, dusty protogen, can beat the first day of Pathologic, you can too. And we're gonna get this achievement percentage up. I believe in all of you. We can do this together. Okay, so we're heading in the right direction. I'm gonna periodically be checking that. So, this is gonna sound very weird, but you guys all need to ride with me for a little bit. We gotta keep an eye out for little girls. We're walking through this entire town, and in order to trigger the event...
Cancelled!
What?
Cancelled!
As we walk through this entire town, we're gonna encounter different types of villagers. There's just like ordinary dudes. This guy needs to check his posture pretty badly. Come on, spawn more townspeople so that I can introduce you all. Introduce the... This is the right direction. That's a town drunk. You can talk to them and trade water for bandages, which are really good ways to heal yourself. I'll also explain how to get water. You got the cat one on your first playthrough? That's fucking amazing. I got lost, actually. Do you notice when I, like, pulled up the map I circled here? Yeah, because that's where I thought the cat was. The cat's not there. The cat's here. So I had to run from here to here under the course of an hour to make sure that I got that achievement. Okay, so I don't have the requisite, materials for, creating drunk townsperson tradable items, but as I walk past them, I'll start looking for them and point out things to y'all. The first thing we need is a bottle, an empty glass bottle. We can find that in a trash can. A lot of this game is just crossing bridges. And you want to make sure you read your map carefully because it very much resembles one of those mazes that you'd find on like the back of like a kids menu at a family restaurant. So we gotta snake around through here and then around here. So you may be wondering, can you pet the dog in Pathologic? The answer is you can't, because the dog does not exist. You will constantly hear the haunted sounds of barking dogs, and you will never encounter a single dog in this game. Nothing in this trash can. This is a woman. She can help tailor your clothes. She always looks at you like you're hot garbage, and you know what? You are, because you're the Bachelor. We're gonna go around this way. Visible dogs. Yeah. See, okay, so, during the day, at least on the first day, and with the way that things are right now, the status quo is, like, pretty much the same. Like, some people know that their local town figure died. The prickly prick that will kill us all. That's a good nickname for the Bachelor. Today, like, as things are now, like, the status quo is pretty much the same. Like, nobody's freaking out. Some people know that this guy's dead, some people don't. Oh, cool, we got a glass bottle. Ooh, never glass bottle. But, like, everything's normal. Like, let's see. We'll go to this tailor. Don't really need that. We're gonna find needles and stuff in the trash later. Oh, there is? Oh, that's so cool. Oh, thank you for stopping by. I didn't know that. I was told there were no dogs. You've gotten me very excited. And also possibly my wife if she's still in the chat. I have watched the H-Bomber guy video approximately 20 times at this point that I am consciously aware of. And I have been watching every other Pathologic video I can get my hands on. I don't particularly care about spoilers, though. That being said, I probably just don't remember them. And I don't think I've gotten to the... That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Oop, went too far. I've been practicing day 2 so that I can stream it. I've gotten day 1 down, pretty much to where I want it. But like, the nice part about day 1 is that like you can pretty much follow step-by-step directions and like not really have to worry about consequences too much. in my opinion. Like, if I, like, the next day, like, if I'm, like, on my last legs and I die, it's no big deal because I got through day 1. Okay, cool. But it is a big deal if I actually try to do a run. So I will take any points, tips, anything. I'm new to this, but this is now, like, my favorite game. A foul murder occurred here this night. No unauthorized access allowed. Inspecting the crime scene is strictly forbidden until further notice. Who was killed? Well, you're not a local, sir, so you're unlikely to understand the loss we've suffered. Isidore Burka, a great surgeon, a benefactor to us all, an all-round skilled doc, an outstanding man, beloved and well-respected by us locals. Does it really always have to take the very best? What a foul time to live in. I knew him. I'm a doctor, too. The very best? What do you mean? Well, who would have the heart to attack such men if you'd asked me yesterday? So he already knows the other guy's dead. I'll have told you that no one would dare inflict such an ugly wound on this town. There is someone, there has to be just that, someone, although it looks fishy if you ask me. That thing was no man, that's what I think. Explain yourself. See, this murderous deal is all mysterious. There's a talon stuck in the victim's chest. Go ahead, bend your arm at the elbow, good sir. Yeah, like that, there you go. That's how long it was. It broke off. There was dust on the floor, for the deceased had been a renowned stepwalker, and the dust was all covered in hoof steps and like the traces of a sharp bone, I guess. As if someone was using a walking stick around here. I'm telling you, it's her. The Shabrakadar. The clay man-eater. Heard enough of this? Is there a person of a simpler mind assigned to work with the case? I want to inspect the building. We've been assigned to this post by Alexander, the head of the Sabarov family. His house is in decline right now. I don't know why, like, you feel the urge to tell me this, dude. But it's still powerful and very much respected. For they've been responsible for maintaining worldly order and public safety in the town since olden days. Please kindly address your concerns to him. That's their rod. You just take up the road. You just take that road up there and get to the Cape. As for me, I'm not authorized to let you in. You should have said so from the start. Now, if I remember correctly, right here, there's a thing that happens where you watch a woman get burned to death. And
from the short time I got to play.
yeah, there we go. And the reason you want to get over here and trigger this cutscene. Anyway, having played this game, it shows how a video game could not only be an art, but also a literature. Yeah, that's why I like this so much. Like, the writing style feels, like, postmodernist to me in a way that, like, I can't really say for certain if it is postmodernist or not. But it makes me feel great. I love it. Okay, so the reason you want to come here is because, in addition to a woman being burned to death, there are multiple guards that have also been killed, and the guards have guns. Guns and ammo. And one of the things that you want to get early on in this game is a gun. Now, I did say that, like, our first run didn't really matter. You can also see how shit the combat system is in this game. That's by design. This is the literature. This is not an FPS. For some reason, Twitch's tagging system wants me to consider this an FPS, and also is not allowing me to remove the tag, saying that this is an FPS, but, like, I don't think that this should be considered a fucking first-person shooter?
The only qualities that a game needs to be considered first-person shooter is to be able to shoot the gun and be in first person.
I guess, like, this game has, like, a gun you can shoot in the same way that, like, one of those foot-paddled, like, Tinker Toy cars for children is technically a vehicle. It's not.
Yeah, that's
and it would
point.
probably
Like,
get you killed, but, like, in this case, it definitely will get you killed. Oop, I'm overshooting. Got a little to the side. Actually, no, I'm not. Here we go. Goth house.
in the middle of the street.
This Haruspex is trying to prove his innocence. It's a no-go.
Haruspex is the other character that we play. The reason that he's a hard mode start is because instead of being welcomed back into town playing the Bachelor, who is a stranger, the Haruspex has family that lives here, and his father's dead. And when he arrives at the station, people think that he's escaping, and tried to murder him for the murder of his father that he is unaware of yet. So yeah, that's kind of the hard mode version of this game. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about it. I want more literature as immersive Sims. So I finally get to see you. Yes, you really do look like a messenger of sorrowful times. In any case, welcome to the Rod. Our meeting is quite significant in a way. Facing the changes with open eyes and taking their first blow is my duty. Do you think we're on the verge of an especially unhappy era? No grim events have clouded our existence since last summer. The country has cured its war wounds. Commercial communications have been repaired. Astrologists expect nothing ill. Do you all hold astrologists' opinions in a high regard? Sometimes I have to. Are you an astrologist? I am a ruler. Astrology can be very curious, but I cannot allow it to influence my decisions. I have to act according to factual circumstances. Would you agree? Sometimes it's wiser to trust the stars.
They say hitting hard is a good enough start.
So you come to meet with Simon, haven't you? What can I do for you for now? I was actually invited by Isidore, so I came to meet with him first and foremost, but now it turns out that he's been murdered, yes. Looks like the murderer is always one step ahead of you, doesn't it? The same one that took Simon's life, too. At least that's the conclusion suggested by the information at my disposal. Same pattern, same signature. So who did it? You wouldn't believe it, his own son, the Haruspex. The fellow came back after being away for quite a while. His father had sent him to study surgery when he was but a greenhorn. Quite a lot he has learnt, huh? A wandering scholar turned evil to the bone. All of that just to grab the inheritance. Wait, how did you figure that out? And honestly, it's hard to explain to an outsider like you. Do you believe in such a thing as clairvoyance, Bachelor? Of course I do. Well, then you should get to know my wife then. Or better yet, those who have already had opportunities to witness the power of her prophecies. Former doubters first and foremost. Rationalist. She's got something to say to you too, by the way. So your wife called out Isidore's son specifically? Not specifically, no. So your psychic wife...
Do you believe in magic? Yeah, you should fuck my wife then.
Specifically no, but it all adds up to the circumstances. I was still thinking one or two. Isidore's son arrived here last night. The timing speaks against him. It even matches the time it takes him to get from the Crucible to Isidore's house. That's not enough. I'll have to take the investigation into my own hands. If there's anyone who can be any help to me apart from your wife.
She's going to my wife's bedroom right now.
Look, I'm gonna leave my options open. What about the motive? He's the type that needs no motives. Students these days know nothing of virtue and ethics. Magig the Gathering. I'm a medic too. Humans are just hairless animals to them, or even just a harmful virus infesting the environment. Cynical bastards. Oh, but I do apologize. Don't mean to offend you, even by extension. That's fine, especially since I agree. I'm fed up with students as well. I'm lying. I love all of you. Okay, checking this. Checking this. Checking this. That's the wrong one. Today's quest. Let me double check. I feel like I might have to talk to him twice.
The outcome was to be expected.
There we go. Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, so you're supposed to talk to him until he lets you see Yulia, who is here. Yulia unlocks a lot of the Yulia. She unlocks a lot of the side quests. For this day specifically. We found money on the ground. The next time we see a drunk, I believe we filled up our little glass bottles of water. So we should be all good for getting some bandages. There's one right now. I love her so much. Like, I don't know too much, like, outside of the Bomber Guy video and the run playthroughs I've seen, I don't know too much about this game, and, like, there's so much to explore about it, but she's, like, one of the most fun. Oh, how ferocious Mother Nature is, for 'tis her wrath has to be withstood. Oh, friend, if only I could wet my whistle. I'll gladly give you anything on earth to exchange for a gulp of chilly spring water. How about we barter? You'll have your water, and I'll have bandages. Now, let me not fuck this up, because the last time I did this... Let me see if I can just do this with my mouse. Do. Okay, I need one more. Oh, I need 5 of these? Yeah, the carousers, I guess, is what they're officially called. Just kind of look like that. I guess I need more bottles. Getting close to the rules. Ah! Yeah, there she is.
There are unseen connections looking through the capricity and tenuity that the world seems to be made of.
Okay, so the cool thing about Yulia in particular is that, if I remember correctly, she adopts the Changeling character that we can play as. And I believe you learn more about her through the Changelings questline. It definitely means you're about to die. I refuse to say that to her. Oh no, Herbage Trevene is in bloom, I grant you, but then it blooms every year. Every year the steppe is filled with its stupefying vapors. The issue I'm having, however, has nothing to do with fatigue or perplexity. It's that I've lost my ability to make distinctive events coincide. Everyone has that ability. Everyone has that ability. You don't seem to understand what I'm saying. Let me elucidate. A single word someone utters may precipitate the birth of their own murderer. This line of philosophical... Yeah, I can think of a lot of words that could result in somebody getting fucking murdered. This line of philosophizing is barely an intellectual novelty. It is particularly relevant in our neck of the woods. I sometimes feel like I could touch the notions of cause and effect with the tip of my fingers. But now I'm being tedious, I reckon. I'm sorry to say, but yes, you are a bit tedious.
I'm afraid it's natural. Simon is doomed.
So you traveled all the way here only to find out that both people you wanted to see were brutally murdered? Is that how the story goes? I do hope that your visit is not in any way related to those most unfortunate circumstances. Oh, thank you for the follow! My notifications have not been working. It's very much appreciated. And also, thank you for the follow, Nico. I have to find whoever it is that killed Isidore and Simon. Let's see. I have to find whoever it is that killed Isidore and Simon, and I wanted to ask you for your help. Savarov told me that you have the gift of all manner of investigative inquiry. I am certainly no better investigator than you. I've never had a chance to search for a murderer before. The best I can offer is to fill in the blanks with whatever mysterious supernatural entities seem most fitting. Shabakadir is the simple man Scarecrow. I would have followed the different narrative. I would have lied somehow differently. What kind of narrative? Consider the circumstances of his death. They said Simon had locked himself up in the evening and consequently died in the morning inside the mansion, a chamber with some particular name. In this case, I would suggest that Simon was poisoned. By the Canes, I would have thought, but I know their family all too well. Their mutual loyalty is only rivaled by their arrogance toward anyone that is not one of them. They hold the princely sage who stands at the head of their family in highest esteem. They believe that a single dishonorable act will tarnish their name for generations to come. I doubt any of them would have stooped to this, no matter whether they wanted to or not. Poisoned? How do you arrive at this conclusion? I don't believe you understand what he died in focus really implies. Do you know what the canes refer to as a focus? You don't seem to grasp the semantics of the term. Those are the canes for you. Those kinds of innuendos are their forte. Well, what is this focus then? This focus is anything but an abstraction. Quite the opposite, in fact. It's governed by mathematically rigid regularities. You see, no one but the owner of a focus may get inside. This can only mean that Simon had brought the killer with him, or rather, within him, since no physical objects may be brought into the focus either. How do you know that? Who doesn't? The Canes are notoriously passionate about all matter of synthetic anomalies. No! There we go.
Can you tap out?
They will never pass up the opportunity to devise a construct that would allow them to warp space, challenge physics, or manipulate optics. Metaphysically, a focus can be compared to a camera obscura. Do you not note that the name is not unfitting? No, it is entirely impossible for someone to get inside. A curious conclusion, but an incorrect one. Simon was disfigured and bleeding. His bones were broken. Is that so? Well, that does introduce a different perspective. Did you say that Isidore was the last person to see Simon? The question is, who did he see before? The sun had not yet set when Isidore returned from the steppe. However, he came to Simon well after midnight. The question naturally arises, where did he spend the last few missing hours? That's why I'm trying to retrace Isidore's footsteps. I want to walk the same route, don't get me wrong, though. Was Isidore seen with Saburov by any chance? He was. He warned Saburov of an upcoming storm. Alright, let me suggest then, while he was in the steppe, he saw or learned something that he wanted to report to all three ruling families. In this case, either of the Umchinsky family should have been on his itinerary, especially since Berker was one of their own men. Really? Definitely. The Bull Project from the abattoir to the railway is controlled by the Umchinsky family. If Isidore's discovery had anything to do at all with the kin, Isidore would have certainly related to Vlad. So do make sure to pay a visit to the Lump. That's the name of the Umchinsky mansion. A never-fitting name, wouldn't you agree? Thank you, Yulia. What would I do without you? Okay, so the Umchinsky family is here. They live in, like, this weird compound, and that's where we're gonna go to next. I feel like I can continue to talk to her for more quests.
I should let some fresh air into.
We're gonna run through this real quick, just because I want. Okay.
This girl is a changeling. She's. There are unseen connections looking through the capricity. What?
So, we've got the two locations, I believe. No, I think it's just the one. Oh, an angel, and then there's. That's not it. And then there's. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go to the Willows first. This is where it gets a little hazy for me, because this is where the side quests start, and they're usually a tangle, but we're gonna go for all of them. There's a fork in the road, and I took the one less traveled by. I'm not gonna walk backward. Forgot I didn't have any empty bottles left.
You can always find more.
Yeah, into the trash. That gong should not it should mark out the hours. Not you. Go around and south. I can't tell y'all how the music in this game makes me feel. It really... Oh, I can't read those. Ah. It's really just wonderful. You can kind of drift so that, like, when you're moving sideways, it's not as slow. Because you can see, like, when you go like that, it takes fucking forever. Ooh, this is my house. Yeah, it is. So there's just a dead dude here.
Shebnek is an evil man-eater made of clay and bones. She's the murderer.
Oh, that is really too much. Who the hell are you? Why have you down this dreadful outfit? My name is Daniela Gurkowski. What's wrong with my outfit? There's literally a dead dude like 2 feet away from us. I don't know who the fuck she is. It's a snakeskin. Are you a performer, a circus actor, a tamer? Tell me the truth. Calm down. I'm a scientist, a professor, you understand? I study death. I thought so. I knew someone like that would pay me a visit very soon. How horrible. What's horrible? Everything. Everything's horrible. You came to, after me, right? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Have you met ominous people in circus costumes here?
Yeah. No, I have not. So that man, he's like dead, right? He's dead. Yes, it doesn't take a doctor to see that. Well, he isn't breathing. No pulse means dead. Oh, I was so scared. He barged in here all bloody. I thought he had been sent here, but he didn't try to attack me. Oh, just look at those hideous wounds. It was like he was cut with precision to mangle the body as much as possible. Who would do something like this? An experienced surgeon, someone who knows anatomy. His sinews are cut. You're resembling something to that extent. That's where this hunt for Simon Kane's murderer going on, right? Well, they mistook this guy for the culprit, even though he was actually a hunter, not a huntee. It was Simon's murderer that wounded him so horribly, wasn't it? He should be taken to the morgue. There's a good chance he'll be identified there. We don't have a morgue in town. When someone dies, a small service is held, and then they're buried by the family. It's the local tradition. Oh, and there's been no murders since I've moved here. It's just so horrible. If that's how it's going to go now, whatever happens to us. I'll call for someone to attest to the death and take the body away. Just don't you call anyone here, okay? Please, I'm begging you. If they find a dead man in my house... that's hard to explain, but I promise I'll do so later when we have the time. I didn't kill him, I swear. And I couldn't have mutilated him so horrendously. I'm not saying you're guilty at all. Whatever gave you the idea. Hey, why are you so anxious all of a sudden? Oh, so many people would be more than happy to accredit this blood to my hands. They just need an excuse, a chance to nab me by the arm, and then they'll twist it so hard that I'll even confess. Just help me bury him, will you? I can see a spark of kindness in you. Go to the cemetery, tell the caretaker there's someone less than living in my house. Since the old caretaker died, another dark story, huh? Anyway, his daughter is the one who's taking care of the cemetery now. Name's Grace. She'll see to this dead man as though he was still alive and kicking. Or, I mean, figuratively, of course. Okay, Anna, I'll help you get rid of the body. No questions asked. I'm expecting to hear an enthralling story afterward. That's where Grace lives. But I know there's another quest over by there, and I want to see if we can do like a twofer. I need to jog my memory real quick. Okay, so there's that. The one here, the safe house. I suppose I could follow along over and go here. Oh. Go directly. gonna be a bit of a jaunt. Nope, going the wrong way. Oh, hey, there's one of the little girls. We know all about you. What are you so happy about, girl? We've almost caught the unseen cat. Want to come see her? Where do you find such a cat? It's the famous pale cat. Her eyes are like translucent emeralds, her fur's gray, and her body's completely transparent. So what, you can see its bowels too? The light passes right through her. It's very pretty. But most importantly, she's invisible in the dark, and rodents can't hear her. That's how white her step is. She belongs to the Pale Obtuse. Ah, it's no use. I know you wouldn't believe me anyways. Just come over and see the cat for yourself when it gets dark. It's by the 12th warehouse. The password is Hellfrozeover. I'll do my best not to forget this intricate phrase. Okay, so the cat achievement becomes unlocked after that. And all you have to do is go to this location, which I guess we could just pass through. I can show you all. Seems like you should be able to walk, like, through the houses, I think. Around? Yeah, around. So this is it. Specifically, actually, more so. This game is a big maze. We can use the rail as a guide, so that we don't get lost. Okay, so like this is the area in particular that you want to search. It's by those two, like on the other side of these two warehouses. I guess I could just. I don't feel like coming back here for the cat quest. Because you don't even see anything. And because because I already have the achievement. Yeah. Thank you, Ash. Oh, that's great. I actually never thought that. Okay, I've seen like a bunch of people ask like the funniest questions for the Google Assistant. But I never actually tried it on mine. I will admit that I am happy that like it actually has been working for me in the past few years, because I never had my voice picked up on those things, and I'm sure y'all can imagine why. Okay, so this is where Grace lives. This is also where a lot of people are dead. Grace lives in this hut. At least I thought she did. The caretaker's been pushing up daisies for, let me think, 5 years now. Turned to grass already, all excited to bask in the sun. Me, I'll have to endure the hardships for a while still. I'm here on burial business. Where's him stiff? You're gonna have to go fetch it. It's not far in a mansion on the riverbank. Oh man, you better speak to the hunchback over there. He's the boss. You should have told me so straight away. What'd you need, kind sir? I'm looking for Grace. Where is she? Ah, the caretaker's gal. No Grace around here, as you can see. This place has been completely graceless. Haha, what's your business with her, huh? I need to bury a man without unnecessary fuss. Were about me personally, I wouldn't have come here on my own feet. Now, would I? He, she, or they are okay for people, but it is okay for a personal assistant like me. Thanks for asking. That's adorable. That's actually really cute. I like that a lot. I didn't know Gilbert Gottfried was in this game. It's great. Worried about me personally? I wouldn't have come here on my own TV. Let me try that route. It makes sense. Lots of sense. Putting someone 6 feet under without any roaring thunder. The process demands meticulousness. Kind sir, you know what? How long since the stiff's gone stiff? A bizarre question. I have no idea. You bring 2,000 here, kind sir, and we'll bury the devil himself and sing a pretty tune for you to boot. Gotta put even the shebang back to the ground for 2,000. The sum ain't pretty, I know, but the times ain't killer on the looks either. I can show kind sir a way out, by the way. Well, you're a big city man that I can feel versed away. Your equipment would cost a fortune in our shops. The poor morons will give you your souls for it. They'd buy all sorts of crap anyway. They've got loads of money saved up right now, what with the train coming soon and all. But then folks are addicted to not starving, so they're gradually selling their stuff. You can become a rich man in a few hours if you play your cards right. Looks like I'll have to follow your advice.
My volume somehow got muted.
I feel like there's a way of doing this that doesn't involve me having to talk to them at all.
And also, I fell asleep at my desk just slightly. But I finished a kind of sketch.
Oh, nice. Let's see. There is a way we can get more money really quick. Yeah, from what I've heard, it absolutely fucking is.
Nothing is exhausting. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you specifically mean like in real life or in this game, but it looks fucking.
I think these big targets would be slow moving, but no, they're quick on their feet. Oh, nothing much. We're pathologicing.
I want my VTuber to open his mouth and put the little reindeer in it.
Just want to unhinge your jaw and swallow the whole reindeer. My little brother got a house and it wasn't even his 12th choice. You put our first offer in, probably gonna get outbid. I hate that for you. I've been hearing nothing but horror stories. I can sneak for, yeah, I can. I can sneak through this back alley, right? Please give me glass bottle.
How much have you progressed through the day?
I'm about like halfway through the main quest line.
Okay.
Like, there's only certain things that you need to get done, if I remember correctly. Like, I didn't do the Gloria quest line on my playthrough when I first beat this game. I'm heading right now as if I'm completing the main quest line because I've forgotten where Gloria is. But I feel like this will be a lot more interesting for now. Okay, so this is the side room, which has this girl in it.
I feel a current in my veins.
Look at all of this. If only my dear mother was alive, she'd take the reins of power in her hands. Even father would listen to her. But who is to take care of us now? Not Katerina, that's for sure. The mistress is too exhausted. Katerina is supposed to take care of you? Katerina is scared like a child herself, and I also think she's being tricked. Yes, her prophecies come true, just like it's always been, but they're becoming more and more noisy. Every word she utters comes across as a metaphor. Too bad I don't know your mother. Yes, she had waves of warmth and power emanating from her. She held the whole town in her grasp like a giant bird protecting her fledglings. Not a single demon could invade our little community. I remember those happy times. People like her leave this world earlier than those who only live for themselves.
What?
I have a terrible headache, but it will pass soon. Well, sorry to have bothered you. So you get like a bit of context. One of the characters in the game. That's cool. We're gonna go inside here. You see this fellow? He's gonna come in handy later.
Yes?
Ah, Bachelor Dankovinsky, of course. Who else could be so dapper? I've heard quite a bit about you. Have you taken a look around? Be sure to check the state of the industry around here. We have our own ways. How curious. And what is the current state of your industry? Come now, it's a complicated establishment with 1,000 years of history. A special approach is required to control such a colossus. See where I'm getting at, emissary? It would be pointless to object. I can see we're not really seeing eye to eye. The project is special, very special. That means common standards do not apply here. That would be very naive. You probably have me mistaken for someone else. I have nothing to do with your enterprise.
So my Haruspex is the Ripper? Funny.
Yes, getting everything back on track won't be an easy task. I'd like to inquire about the fate of my colleague Isidore Burka, about his manner of death to be precise. What are you implying? What is this matter you're talking about? Be so kind as to mind your own matters. I had nothing to do with it. Didn't they say Isidore was murdered by a step demon? A Shabakadir? There is this thingy, a talon that they fished from the wound. I can take this from kids and weirdos, but you, a respectable negotiant. It's hard for you to believe, isn't it? It used to be hard for many. Take my boy, for example, a scoffer if I've ever seen one, and now even he believes it's real. He went off his head a bit. You're in the steppe now, esteemed sir, eastern and backwards. The dead rise from their graves here, clay dummies dance, and bulls talk. Does he know the steppe well, that son of yours? He rubs elbows with the rabble, the butchers, the Ogdonge, the shepherds and gatherers, learns their tongue, collects their legends. He doesn't keep them in check at all. They even dare to come visit him in the premises of the town. If you see a worm creeping through the streets, he's definitely looking for my son. What's wrong with them visiting him within the premises of the town? They're dangerous and they're aggressive and they hate everyone who isn't a step person. They'll jump you and kill you on the spot. They'll cheer you up with your teeth and devour your flesh while you're still throwing fists at them. So if they're spotted within the town, countermeasures are taken. So what of your son? Perhaps you could tell me more about this creature? Hold your horses. You want to talk to my blockhead? No, you have nothing to talk about. He's not here, thankfully. I don't want the two of you to meet. You hear me? These are tradesmen's words, and I'll stick to them. I won't leave it at that. When did you talk to you anymore?
Yes?
How do you think Simon died? Oh, wait, hold on. Isidore came by to see you last night. Don't try to deny it. So what if he did? I'm also aware of what the two of you have been talking about. All I know is that why he left to see Simon afterwards. Oh my. Pray forgive me. So he wanted to bring me to heal that traitor, that bastard. Well, what he asked for was for me to stop the factory. How could I not kick him out? What were his reasons? His reasons? The bastard. He reckoned he paid a visit to my daughter. He knows full well how to pull my strings. Well, I told her to lock the door, so away he went, none the wiser. Oh, the bastard. So he went to Simon, huh? Thank goodness my whooper of a son is hanging around somewhere. Or else he could have. Huh? That dear and respectable friend is none of your business. My property, like I said, is in order. See the skin and meat delivery reports? Do you know how hard? No way. It's my domain, whether anyone riots or not. And I'll have my way with them. I see. You're the big guy here. He looks like a guy whose name would very likely be Boris. Yeah, and he's one of my bound, so I can't let him die. I'm pretty sure he's one of my bound. There's the worm. There he goes. It's our responsibility to follow him. While he's on this path, he will not try to murder us. But the moment that he stops running, he will try. He's waiting for worms. He will absolutely fucking try to murder us. So my friend was like, oop, we're following this worm. Do. We should blow up the moon just to let the aliens know. Okay, this is around where we have to start to worry. So I'm gonna save and see all my other previous runs. I'm practicing day 2. We should blow up the moon. Okay, so this back door is locked, and you can't get in through there. Yeah, fuck that, Jury. She's too cocky. Oh no, fuck. Okay, so we're gonna reload that, because I got smacked in the face really hard, and I don't want that to happen. Get sneaky. I thought I was. I forgot which way I hooked. So he hooks to the right. First smack cam prank. No, he just slapped me with his big limp noodles. Fuck. Oh, barely. God.
Katerina thinks Claire is a messenger from heaven. Yeah, right.
You found me here? Oh well, I'm not surprised. I suppose you're not too surprised by the fact that everyone knows about you, either. The rumor of your arrival spread like fire. Why have you come? I've come for some sightseeing. There's a particular incident today by the spring. The children were playing in the mud as usual, but suddenly they ran away from the sandbox and the parents noticed their hands were covered in blood. However, none of them were wounded. Never were any of them surprised. What's the solution to the puzzle? When the worried adults came to the place where the children had been playing, they found nothing unusual there, only sticks and stones. What do you make of it? Nothing special. They probably dug out a dead cat. Nice to meet a person of a skeptical mind. I am Vladimsky, the younger one, of course. And you are, of course, Daniel Dudkovsky. Yes, that is me.
Where did those lazy bastards go?
He would have chased you around the circle around the house. Yeah, he would have. Bachelor, I have news of you that should prove to be of interest. You seem to be looking for the killer, right? I'm listening. I'll have to briefly explain a few things to you. Have you already told what the termitary is? Yes, I've heard about it. Let's get to the point then. A case of pointless, aimless unrest has occurred in the Hydvibes nest. The workers there are prone to lashing out from time to time like beasts frightened by a storm. They rage, they howl, and they gnaw at one another. An unsightly image of a mass uprising. What does this have to do with Simon's murder? Riots occurred in the termitary several times before. The mob goes crazy for a few days, and then they calm down just as unexpectedly. All of them at once. The sudden calm was just void of reason as the unrest had set the agog previously. Having a certain experience with the Ken, we simply blocked the entrance to the zoo off until the riot defeats itself. And we usually lock them up beforehand. The evidence in an upcoming outbreak of mass lunacy becomes obvious in advance, and the termitary's Father Superior informs us of it. Like Tom the cat chasing around Jerry in a circle. Yes, exactly. Except he actually does try to kill me. The Father Tajik has recently passed. A curious coincidence, don't you think? Mass anarchy. Anyway, a member of the kin managed to run off into town while we were busy taking measures. Fuck! That was the one that was over by Claire. The safe house that's hiding the runaway is right next to where Claire is. You think he's the killer? I think you and I can help each other, Doctor. You're looking for the killer, and I'm sure it's a runaway butcher. The title of half a man suits him very nicely. The games claim that Simon hasn't been killed by a human hand, don't they? And our family doesn't need unnecessary unrest in this town. The butcher can babble devil knows what. His mind is likely clouded with insane ideas. So you'd rather he kept mum about what's happening inside? You were correct. They barely know how to speak, but that only makes it worse. Half men, half beasts. If they start preaching, you feel as if you've encountered a doomsayer. I need this butcher to disappear. Hand him over to the Canes or simply kill him if the beast attacks you. The reward will be hefty. Very well, look into this. Where can I find him? He's most likely being harbored in a suspicious house. That's in the Cruel Sprawl. Yes, my father is a man of rather hard-handed exposition and quick-tempered to boot. If he finds out the crude swallow is concealing a fugitive, he will make a mess. Pointless brutality serves no one. I'm looking for peace rather than blood, I'm telling you. I'll do my best to make sure you're right. Show me the house. There it is. Give me 1 second. Gotta grab something. Okay, I'm back. Okay, do you see where Claire is? That's the safe house. So I gotta walk all the way back there. Just checking something real quick. So that's my problem. The only way to complete the Grace quest line is if we somehow manage to get 200 gold. And while we can do that by selling our shit, where are we at now? Or 2,000 gold. We actually can do that. If we go back through here, up and around, complete the quest up here. Yeah, we'll go that way. I believe we have to talk to Maria and a couple other people one more time. I've kept mine. But we actually don't have to do that. Since we're just trying to do day 1, when we do the Schmouter quest, what I'll do is instead of holding onto the Schmouter, which is technically the better tactical decision most of the time, from what I've heard, I'm gonna sell it. And then I'll have enough gold that I can do that. And the reason I'm going the route this way is because it takes us past the mansions. I can hit up everybody there, see if I need to talk to anybody. I have a feeling I'm supposed to talk to 1 or 2 people in that group, but it's really easy for me to check. And then once we have that all squared away, I can do this Schmouter quest. And it'll just take us in a big loop. I always forget that she's over here. Also, like
I've
every
seen
year.
the angel of death.
She is explaining that we lose health in this game and die. Since you decided to fight death, you will have to be very careful. It's September. You will be dying with every breath of our air. We're all dying with every second of our life. It is exactly this annoying phenomenon that I have challenged. But since you've heard of Fanatica's achievements, I'm not going to waste your time monologuing. You've got me wrong. You'll be dying here much faster than in the capital. Your body is wasting away just as fast as a boat stinks with its hold full of water. Breathe in this air. Can you feel it? You have a poetic mind. Not at all. My mind is quite prosaic. Yet your arrival has gone to my head so much that I'm longing for poetry now. But I speak of the most simplest corporeal things. I am simply worried about your health. Am I in danger? The steppe is filled with various herbs. They fill the air with dizzying vapors. White rip, twire, and severi are dangerous in August and September when herbs surrender their juices to the sun. People tend to get headaches this time of year. Heart sufferers lie in bed with pains. My heart aches too. How do you people live here? Twire is a rare herb, so usually it's bearable. But this year it's unbelievably plentiful. The elderly say this is phenomenal. Nothing like this has ever happened before. They think it's a bad omen. Well, I don't believe that, but the air is droning. Can you feel it? Don't you feel dizzy? Yeah, the hair is heavy. You need to sleep often. Never go hungry. Drink more water. You need to look after yourself properly. If you feel sick, forget everything else and get some rest. Otherwise, you might die of a heart attack or bleeding. Be careful, alright? The more I think and do, the faster I die. That's symbolism if I ever saw it. Okay, I'm leaving. I did not need to talk to her. That was her explaining the mechanics of the game. I have wasted everyone's time. Good night, Skynix! Lykios says goodnight from the other room. So, yeah. Okay, so we don't want to talk to Victor because we want to pay to have the body removed. But I'm going to check to see if...
Perhaps Olgimsky.
Okay, so I can't even report to him anyway yet. We're going to go talk to your brother.
In growing old, we become more foolish and more wise.
I'm counting on you, Doctor. Which of the locals could help me? Which words can be trusted? I don't know for how long you will have to remain here, Doctor. You're most welcome to be my guest, even though I won't try to keep you. While you're here, though, and especially since you are trying to find out the truth, it is my duty to offer you a piece of advice. I would be grateful for it. This remote place has a history of its own. There is not enough time to tell it to you, which is unfortunate, since it is the background of the town that may possibly justify some local conventions that will most likely seem barbaric to an educated person like yourself. What traces did history leave on your society, then? There are three truths that rule this town. Three origins. Three ideas, if you like. For several generations, these three powers have been in conflict with each other. I suspect none of them can exist without the other two, yet each of them still drives to dominate. Each of them has its own voice, too. I have studied philosophy at the university, and I take it far more seriously than some of my colleagues. However, I fail to see its usefulness at this time. Tell me more. These voices are the ruling families. The co-owners of the Bull Project, who have been ruling the town for almost 2 centuries. Each one of the truths they represent is screaming at the top of its lungs, and in doing so, travesties whatever value it carries. This is too complicated. I don't see what it has to do with your brother's murder. Who are they? So much pathos. So all you wanted to do was inform me about the 3 contradictory versions? All I'm saying is that we have all been offered a puzzle. Depending on the solution, heads will roll and backs will get broken. The conclusion had better be the right one, because of the greatness of the cost. There are neither free versions nor free lies. There are the free truths. Free ideologies. Can you imagine how much blood can be shed over an ideology that has a grain of truth to it? I apologize. My remark was inappropriate. The first voice is the Sabarovs, the second is the Unchinskys, the third one is us, the Canes. We are the free heads of one beach. Each of the clans will offer their own understanding of what's going on. Each of the free will use their own voice and the voices of their followers to lie and distort the truth. We cannot exist otherwise. However, in doing so, we will inadvertently reveal the entirety of the truth to anyone who will listen. So I'm surrounded by lies? How exciting. Truth is my only idol. It is only for the truth that I fight. Well, no one will dare lie to your face. I have no doubt everyone will tell you the truth, but they will tell it in such a fashion that this truth will conceal the reality better than any deception could. The only thing I am asking is that you don't jump to conclusions. Compare different versions. Your extraordinary intelligence will allow you to ascertain the truth. Furthermore, each of us will try to paint a rather ungainly picture of the other two. Most likely, we will fill you in on the negative sides of each of her faction and withhold anything that was good about them. This is inevitable. None of us will stoop to outright slander, so everything that will be said will most likely be true, but this truth will be one-sided and incomplete. Listen carefully to what we say and take it into account. Your words are a pleasant surprise, Judge. The stories of the evil that the Canes have unleashed into this world are partially true. Do not feel obliged to act in our favor. As you can see, I will stop before nothing to ensure an unbiased investigation. The lack of prejudice I want to instill with you is the one and only reason why I'm making a confession like this. I do not want my brother to have died in vain. I will take your word seriously. Do not worry. Wait.
So the Saburovs have offered patronage to some changeling.
You guys think I can go Super Saiyan? Are you? Is this you asking if you should go blonde? Because I tried it a little bit on the interim step between going green, and I liked it a bit too much. I feel like I should go Super Saiyan. Should totally fucking try that. I feel bad for missing out on the whole like Dragon Ball Z era, because that was fucking great. I want to get back into watching anime that I have previously missed out on, but it's mostly just choice paralysis at this point. No matter what happens, the truth will be revealed at the end. Okay, cool. So we are weaving. Well, let's get the other quest done. This is the name of my fucking vlog. We're gonna watch Bleach together. You firmly just absolutely destroyed our top bid ranking that we've had for like several years now today. Absolutely fucking phenomenal. I will make sure to put them to good use, I promise. I felt... Okay, so, like, I've had to, like, change my entire diet around because of all my health shit that's been going on. And I've been, like, living off energy drinks in part. And I felt bad picking up a pack today. Because I was just like, God, fucking... I could just not do this. And then I was just like, fuck it. If you get these, you can make more art. You should take care of yourself. And, I'm glad that I have them for tomorrow. after all the help you've given me today. Because I'm going back to work. Hachiko Bachelor cosplay. Okay, look, H-Bomber guy has first dibs on that. I feel like he deserves it. But yeah, I would do it. I would fucking do it. I don't know if I'd cut my hair off to do it. I'd probably, like, where's my wallet? Okay, we're gonna go left. I don't know if I'd cut my hair off to do it. No, I would make an excellent bachelor. Like, that's the thing. Like, the internal evil that I struggle against is the pretentious, navel-gazing asshole, that is the bachelor inside me. I think part of the problem with my moral compass would be that I would allow the bachelor inside me. Almost there. I want to do it. I want to do it now. I want to do it now. Okay, yeah. When I do my bachelor, like the full bachelor run, I will absolutely make sure I have a custom pig tuber. That's the bachelor now, especially after the stream.
It is not so dangerous to do wrong to most men as to do them too much good.
This, I love War Ravel. You're the person that came to Maria Cana in a dream. I recognize you straight away. My name is War Ravel, and this is the shelter. You're always welcome here. My name is Denny Dudkovsky. Why is your house called the shelter? Well, it's empty at the moment, because... Would Danny be furry? Furry bachelor when? I will absolutely do this, 100%. I should make I wonder if anybody's made a furry version of The Bachelor. Because that would be fucking great. It's empty at the I wonder what species The Bachelor would be. Okay. Okay. Ah. That's fair. I'm set up in the living room. Well, it's empty at the moment because everyone is grief-stricken, but I usually have a lot of guests. The doors of this house are always open for my friends, and for my friends of my friends, day and night. Was I recommended to you by Maria? Is she your friend? Let's be friends now. I prefer being friends with everyone. You always have guests, but your face looks sad. Well, yes, I am the mistress of this house after all. That doesn't mean I'm a mistress, mind you, not with a capital M. I won't ever become one. But I can also serve people to the best of my ability. Who are the capital M mistresses, then? The mistresses of this town. We call them the dream mistresses. Kana, Ojgimska, and Sabira. The prickly prick that will bite us all! Okay, so I have to... Okay, so I have to make a pink tuber, for Pathologic, specifically, for The Bachelor, and I'm gonna make him a wolf.
Which pathologic, tag yourself, which pathologic character would you be? A PH Palmer guy?
You PH Palmer guy's not in Pathologic. Now, after Victoria and Nina's departure, it is their daughters who are trying to see the future. They are far less impressive than their mothers now, of course. Maria is probably the best. It's good to see children continuing the life work of their parents. Why are you frowning? I'm just in a melancholic mood. We are way too used to playing the game of tragic predictions. I'm trying to arrange everything back in order. You were quite successful in doing that.
They say Ripper was caught. Does he really cut people?
I know you're a doctor, a wonderful one at that, a celebrity medic. Everyone in our small town knew a famous doctor was coming here. I'm very glad you have, because I want you to do a certain good thing. Can I ask a favor of you? Please do. A few years ago, the child death rate went through the roof here. 6 people died in a week. 10 or so came down with serious illnesses. It made us worried, but unfortunately, we couldn't find the cause straight away back then. It turned out the children, in the end, it turned out the children were dying because of a game. What in the world? What kind of a game kills children? They were playing, what did they call it? Well, it was some kind of a medical game. They were stealing medicine from the adults and making some diabolical mixture out of it. And then they healed each other with it. Back then, the game just faded into obscurity, but now I've heard they're contemplating doing so again. Someone has already been poisoned. But what can I do? I'm no poisoning specialist. I can do an examination, of course, but... No, it's much simpler. There's a house somewhere in town, either abandoned or just unoccupied. That's where they play hospital. That's where they store their horrible mixtures. Please use your standing and celebrity name to put an end to this game. Capella, Achinski's daughter, believes that the house will be unlocked today. I'll do my best, of course. How do I find the house? Capella mentioned it's next to one of the ruins. My friend couldn't hear them properly. Have you seen these stone stairways to heaven? I think you might have even been able to see the house you're looking for from even Jan's window. But importantly, it should be unlocked. Do people here ever leave their doors unlocked? In exceptional cases or emergencies, yes, we do. But generally, houses are supposed to be locked up because they're occupied by several families. People aren't scared of losing their own belongings, but they care about their neighbors. And now everyone's so afraid of the man-eater, of course everything's locked. In that case, it won't be hard to find. It actually is not... I don't believe it's marked on the map. I think this was my big issue with this at the beginning. Pafoo! Hello. This is the stream that I've been preparing for several days now. I am streaming Pathologic. We're doing the first day. So the stairway to heaven that we're looking for is below the theater, which is here. We'll come back later at the end. You'll see a special event after we beat the first day. But that's the stairway to heaven. It looks kind of like some junk. What kind of junk? Nobody knows. Lykios emojis. Yeah, that's Tendi. And that's a stairway to heaven. I should have gone the other way.
I'm back. Okay.
Hello. Oh, those are cute cats. I love that so much.
Cute cats.
Cute cats.
In the middle of my house, cute cats.
This big perimeter fence marks the theater. We can go around it. Oh, I should check them out. Boop, boop. Oh, trust me, once I'm done with this run, we're going back to Elden Ring. At least me and Lykios are going back to Elden Ring. God damn it! I was wrong. Wait, actually, no, I remember now. Yeah! Okay, so I'm gonna... Yeah! Okay, sweet. I have mastered nature. Invisible wall push. It's less an invisible wall and more like it like you need some chunky balls on. But it is a pain in the ass to get over. I just went the wrong direction as usual. Oh shit. Okay, I believe. Okay, so we have the stairway. Which we went too far. It's the ever stairway. He broke the invisible AC field for the step. Danny is so strong that he defied the game physics. Nobody wanted to bother stopping him. That was the real problem. I believe it's this one. It's the one usually, like, I think it's the one, like, that's right before. Here. No, that's locked. I actually think it was a chunky square, chunky circle. Oops. Was it you? I can see it by my staircase in Stillwater. That's really weird. Because, like, I swore I had the house for this. So I've done this, like, 3 times. But I'm gonna double check to see what it is. Appreciate your patience at this time. Yeah, okay. It is south of the theater. Which is what this is, right? Yeah. Guess we're gonna start trying some doors. We're pretty much, I believe, like 3/4 of the way through. Oh, it might be this one. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay. You'll know because it has this freaky purple staircase. And what you're gonna do...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah! Well, what are you worried about, specifically? I mean, like, you're making a big life change, and it's a huge investment, but, like, this is something you thought about for a very long time. And you've been a lot happier. Shit! I'm not worried about shit! There you go! Okay, so, like, when I came out and transitioned and had all of that, like, I did not have support from, like, a lot of people, and sometimes it felt unbelievably frustrating. And not just with my transition, also with, like, my medical treatment, like, to have to, like, sort of justify, like, why you're making the investments that you're doing and, like, how it's affecting your life. But, like, you seem like you're way happier and, like, you know what you're planning on doing. So, Godspeed to you. I think as long as, like, you keep a clear head about you and keep talking to people. Don't tell them! They don't deserve to know! Fuck them! You keep the people in your life that make you happy. That's my opinion on it. And the people that will accept you for who you are. Who are you? By accident, why do you look so funny? We children are funny creatures, half human, half something else. Our inner world is off limits to the adults. You can't see our real faces just as you can't touch our dreams, which is why we need these scary heads. See how this all works? I see that you are here, and I have no idea why that is. Fuck them wearing their fat asses from a cactus! Honestly, yeah, that's deserved. That's absolutely deserved. See, you're here, and I have no idea why that is. Is that your idea of a joke, Smarty Pants? Me, Smarty Pants? No way. Your pants are much smarter than mine. My head's been lost in the tower. I don't need it here. What tower? The specular tower on the upper side of the river. There is no death, no grief, no boredom, and no disease here. That's proven for certain. Only dumbheads leave it voluntarily, if you ask me. Which I guess makes him a dumbhead, but I guess that's why he has a dog head. Prickly Prick does not understand children. You are the king. You're answerable to no one except yourself. Absolutely right. Prickly Prick being a boomer. You have to be an absolutely thick and heartless creature, lacking any semblance of imagination to refuse something of the sort. That's some story embroidering, mate! Okay, so we have to now track down these 3 identical children, because they use the same model for all 3. And then we need to steal their drugs and leave. White powder, white powder, white powder. Yeah! For whatever reason, it turns into like a yellow cube of like what mysteriously looks like a mushroom. That's it. Oh, it's a container. I never looked closely at it. Ah! Back here. There we go. I did not. I did not just consume the schmouter. I did not. Ah! Fuck! Fuck! We need that. We absolutely need that. Thank God I saved.
What is a schmouter?
So, the schmouter is like one of the best items in the game. Because it heals your health. And there's very few items in this game that heal your health. I forget specifically what it does.
Well, I knew
but
it did that. I mean,
should not have
like
used
what?
it like that.
What
Never
physically
showing y'all
is it?
anything. Again, learned my lesson. So we have to talk to this child again.
Is
the
it
same
like a
child?
sandwich? Is it like a what?
Oh,
Is
no,
it
this
just
is a
like
different
some
child.
medication?
Picks mysterious white powder off the table, immediately eats it. Oh man, I told them to escape straight away without tossing a coin. Explain yourself. How are we supposed to find the schmouters now? Did we seriously need to detain every little kid in the street? What do we barter with them for? We can't take the schmouters by force. Bullying is against the rules. Khan would totally bite our heads off for that. Schmouters, as in powders? What are you talking about? Ooh, powders. Powder schmouters. Schmouters are sanative mixtures. They were invented during the first outbreak. The original ones were made by catchfly, but they were no good. The disease would pass, but the person would pass away along with it. But then Beaker's brothers made some nice ones. Crowfoots weren't too shabby, and neither were Flankies. What was the first outbreak? I'm dying to know exactly how these pharmaceutical prodigies were producing these things. Well, you know, fiddled here, tampered here, sniffed around for and obtained different drugs, ground them in a mortar, then mixed them together. You can't just go ahead and do it. It requires a certain hunch, and even if the hunch was correct, schmouters are still always massively harmful, of course, but they make the disease leave the body. You end up poisoned but alive. This child explained how schmouters work better than me.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so like, schmouter will cure disease, but it will hurt your health. What disease? They mixed various drugs randomly and ingested the resulting substances? Little idiots. My drugs. Fucking take it. Pick up the fucking kitty coke. Where is it? Oh, I know the solution. For whatever reason, if you do this, it makes it easier for you to grab it. Sometimes. You better be a different child. Okay, that one I already talked to.
The kitty coke.
May I inquire as to how you found this place, sir? By accident. Why do you look so funny? Okay, this is one that I talked to previously before I ate the powder. And we're gonna confirm this is the second child that we talked to. Oh. We would have called you to... This is the first child. We would have called you to come by our place, but we can't. No adults allowed. That's fine. I'll live with that. No, that's a different... the same one I talked to. Named by the drug lord by the name of Heisenberg Jr. So there's like a period of time where I watched all Breaking Bad in like a stupor. And I can't say that I gained any valuable information from it. The only conclusion I drew with Jesse Pinkman is hot. I caught you, child.
I attached a tile key finder to my inhaler. No more searching for my inhaler in the middle of the fucking night. Oh yeah, that's smart.
I couldn't hear you, weirdly enough.
Me?
Yeah. And now I can hear you. That was on my bad.
Okay, no. I thought I muted myself. No, that was
I
me
attached
talking
a
about
tile
Discord
key finder
Ash.
to my inhaler. No more searching for my inhaler in the middle of the fucking night. Like, yes. Oh, yeah. So, Lykios actually did that to everything that I owned. Because I kept losing things. All the time. Come on. I know there's a third child. Or maybe there's only two. Lykios is in this
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm in the other room. You can see my rig is just obscured slightly. I've been very quiet because I've just been watching Hachi play.
Yeah, oh my god. Like, okay, so we didn't exactly get tiles. I've been gifted tiles before, but for whatever reason, like, didn't get them to set up. So I had, like, a generic tile that doesn't have Wi-Fi, and I can't, like, I attached it to, like, my dryer babe. I've attached it to, like, pretty much anything that I can't directly call. And, like, I was using them for, like, a couple years. Okay, so I need to bring the powder back to her so that we get the money. Where is... Where am I at? Where am I at? There we go. I can walk along the riverbank up until I get to here. Powder schmounders. I need a tile for my wallet and keys, always with them. Like, if you can get one with Wi-Fi, like, absolutely do for your wallet and shit. Like, I think everything should have, like, a small transponder on it that tells you where it is at all times.
Yeah.
I almost said except for men, but I had one of those put on me.
Well, I was gonna say, I said you specifically. You said everything, not everyone.
Yeah. I want Hachiko as Danny the Bachelor. I will absolutely do Danny the Bachelor. I'm gonna do a whole a whole Danny the Bachelor style rig. But I will also draw myself as the Bachelor. I used to have a haircut like that. That's the theater. I guess I've decided not to go along the riverbank, which works for me. Yeah, I second Ash. We used to spend hours looking for my shit. Anyone who has known me in any way, whether it be personally or biblically, has had to look for my shit. Wrong way. I don't go anywhere without losing, like, at least one thing. Except for, like I said recently, which has been very freaky. It's been almost like I discovered that I have magic powers, except the magic power is that I can remember where I put things now. Which is, like, the most mundane thing to have to, like, explain to anybody. But I had brain damage. There we go. So I'm allowed. Losing things was, like, the biggest part. Like, the memory loss was, like, awful. And I still don't have a lot of my old memories, but I'm retaining new ones.
Clemency is born not of virtue, but rather of fear.
I have a very bad feeling, the same feeling that plagued me just before my father died. Well, I found it. Unfortunately, the cache has already been looted. I found one specimen of those shouters, and I'm going to examine it. Give it to me, I'll throw it in the fire, I'll reimburse you for your loss. Well, fine. Let it be as you wish. So there's our 1,000. You look upset. I can't talk to you. I don't know why I thought I could talk to you. Clemency is born out of fear. Yeah, okay, so the voice lines in this game are fucking amazing. And so is, like, literally every bit of written dialogue. The only reason I have been pausing or skipping through any of it is through stuff that I've already done before. Also, speaking of which, I'm going to save.
Isn't clemency a type of fruit?
Yes. Do you need me to stop by you? I don't think so. I think I can just go this way. Yeah. Yeah. This entire town is built on a meatpacking industry. So all, like, most of their trade seems to be just like the meat that comes in and out of this town. And a lot of how the town operates is mired in, like, tradition and mysticism, where, like, they have a few trusted leaders that they hold responsible for keeping them safe. And it makes sense because, like, a lot of I'd say the natural hazards in this game are things that these people have no real control over. think I just go this way. So it makes sense that they would kind of want to, like, both anchor the responsibility of interpreting the things around them to someone else, and also, it would make sense that, that they are the way that they are in regards to their superstitions. In all fairness, given the things that happen in this game, it's hard to question how much of it is really superstition and how much of it is just folklore that's been passed down. Ooh, what the fuck? Is that what I think it is? I just found a fucking gold ring in the garbage. Well, I guess we probably didn't need to sell the smouter. Our house. In the middle of our house. Our house. Lykios and I have come up with that little ditty, and it's been stuck in my fucking head for weeks. Oh. Yeah, I get it. I don't know how bridges work. You don't have to look at me like that. House in the middle of house. Houseception. I forget why we started on it, but we made the house ditty, and then we decided to make a version of it that was just about Smash. And I have half of the lyrics written. I need to study more. Minor Elden Ring spoilers. This isn't even the same game. Oh, the reason we came up with house in the middle of our house is because of Elden Ring. Okay, back to the cemetery. Give them their money. Yeah, that's smart. When you fight Radon, he pushes Leonard under the sand before he attacks. Because he wants the horse to be safe. You can always judge the quality of a man by how he treats his horses. I don't like Radon very much. Our house. In the middle of our house. Our house. Was it just our horse and then we just, like, said house instead? Shut up, dude. What do you need, kind sir? I got the money here. Just looking around. Got the money. Aha, lovely. Where's the freshie? At the angel's place, and hurry up. He is no fleshy for you, bloodsucker. He's a deceased person. He wants the horse to be safe. No, I had my house song stuck in my head already, and we went out that day the haunted CRTV had disappeared. Oh yeah, the haunted CRTV. There's been a CRT that has been left outside a donation center near where we live for like as long as it's been since we moved here. And one day, because nobody picked up the CRT for like months, and then one day it was mysteriously gone. What if Pathologic was a Twin Peaks style TV series? If they made a Pathologic version of Twin Peaks, I would play it. Shit. Okay, so it's this house.
Lies always turn out to be true. Don't mess with Earth.
Aspity is probably the closest to like a person that I feel like I kind of look like in this game. Do you know where to find clean water around here? What are you laughing at? Fresh water must be plentiful in this place. There's a river close by. All that water comes from the steppe, and it isn't exactly clean. Yesterday, I inspected all the springs in the area. There seems to be no more clean water around. That salty taste is everywhere. It's reddish in color, and there's disgusting clots in it. Where can I find clean water, then? The townsfolk store clean water in homemade reservoirs. Oh, it's her! I hate her! It's perfectly understandable. I have a soft spot for her because she's exactly the type of asshole I crave. This modest supply should be enough to help us last a little while, but afterwards we'll have to drink that bloody mixture. How disgusting.
To tame his impertinence, Earth had disgorged a monster from deep within its bowels.
What do you want, I wonder? There's a runaway hiding here. Take me to him. Why would I? He's in danger. I'm here to help. He's a butcher. He won't talk to you. You won't understand him. He's been here for more than a day. But even I can't get him to talk. It is I who'd rather tell you something. What do you want to tell me? Big Valette has plugged the termitary up for a reason. The butcher's mumbling all over the place. But if you listen carefully, you'll make out tales of such horror that I get shivers all over. Thousands of people have lost their minds all at once there. Many have died. Something's brewing inside. Can you lead the runaway out of town? Really? Why? Here he's entertaining me, and it's dangerous to go out into the steppe anyway. What if his pursuers rip me apart in the street? What if they think I'm the Shabakadir? What can you offer me in return for the service? Let him out or he'll be killed. You can show me the door if you want, but thugs for hire will be less compliant. What do you want? There's no need for that. I'll speak for myself. Well, that's a small favor from you in 4 days. Don't worry, you won't have to cut your arm off. I will do it. I will. Fine, I'll take care of the butcher. He'll disappear. Consider him non-existent. But for now, you must leave. Don't try watching the door. You won't see anything anyway. And tell the Omjinskis thick-headed bloodhounds, but they have no business here. I harbor no killers. Deal. Thank you, napping on stream.
It's better not to ask. Silence is golden.
Okay, so for the record, I'm going to show you all what this guy looks like, and then we're going to run immediately away. Because he will kill us very dead. Oh, no, he's gone. Shit, okay. Yeah, and she's fast. So we've got Gravediggers, Schmouder, Many-Legged Beastwake, Blood Covered. Okay, and then there's today's quest. So we've got all the other tasks for today done. And then today... Oh god, do I still have to talk to him again? Did I miss something? It won't matter because we'll pass by it on the trails on the way back. You can remember where the warehouse is because it's a direct, well, not direct, but it's sort of a direct route south from where the Ojimskis live. And it's one of the few things that are highlighted in red. And this is a very populated area, and you'll recognize it as not being that area immediately, even if you mix the two of them up. I've already been over how to do the cat quest. You talk to the little girl, you unlock the cat, and then you return to the area we just passed right here at 2100 hours. Kind of just gonna run around there for a bit, and then you'll get the achievement. I thought of a fantasy animated show, and my pitch was Princess Tokonoke, but done in a style of Twin Peaks, and all the characters are humans with cat ears and tails. Not sure if you're familiar with Princess Mononoke. That is fucking hilarious. I need that. I need that fan work. I trust nothing. And that's a good rule to have in this game. Also, if anybody's wondering why it's been so hard for me to hit the save button, I'm playing this with a GameCube controller, and I'm just... Oh, good. The word is gone. I can just talk to you again.
We promise according...
It's known that Simon had limited his social activity just before his departure. He only received 2 visitors. I know nothing of the first, but the second was none other than Isidore Burka. The fact that he was killed in the same night makes you think, doesn't it? The killer took out a witness? Or an accomplice. Isidore is a complicated man. Haven't I told you about his position in the kin? He used to be a very well-respected person there, and I can't say everyone liked it. Why would a doctor kill someone? Isidore wasn't a doctor. He was more of a herbalist. He never studied medicine. All of his recipes were about plants and roots, so to speak. He was knowledgeable, true. A sorcerer, if you will, but a very different one than Simon. An earthen sorcerer. I've never heard that Simon used to be a sorcerer before. Simon was a ferigist. Isidore was a witch doctor. And you think Isidore the witch doctor has managed to achieve the unachievable? A possible theory, but rather questionable. So, like, one of the interesting parts about this game is that when you play as one of the other characters, the Haruspecs, you're playing a doctor that's native to this town as opposed to the Bachelor who's visiting. And the Haruspecs knows how to harvest the local plants that appear naturally in the town to produce the drugs that the town is known for that you can use to heal yourself. Which, I guess, would make the Haruspecs a lot more like Isidore than Simon. And that would make me more like Simon. I like the Haruspecs better than I do the Bachelor, to be honest with you.
Interest speaks all sorts of tongues and plays all kinds of characters, even that of disinterest.
See how it all turns out. I used to keep this place secret, but all these secrets seem so childish now. Vlad, now tell me, did Isidore visit you last night? Tell me the truth, please. This is what I missed in the dialogue. You need to make sure to hit this. Oh, thank you. It was fun words. It was fun hanging out with you, too. Thank you so much for dropping by. I was very excited to do this stream. Right, I'm going to ask you one more question now. Your answer will determine whether you and I become friends or enemies.
See you next time. I'm back.
Oh, wow. Well, then I'd rather be your friend. Go ahead. What did you talk about? Tell me the truth, please. Isidore said, note, I'm merely retelling it secondhand. He said there's an epidemic in the steppe camps. An outbreak of tabagism sickness, perhaps. The plague, that is. Father issued an order to lock the termitary up to prevent the infection from getting in. What are you so afraid of that you would conceal this? I don't understand. You did the right thing. There is an underlying sensitive family matter here. To cut a long story short, my father would kill me if he found out about this conversation. The unrest in the termitary, you see. Well, I incited it to make Faber walk it up. He didn't believe Isidore. I see, now everything makes sense. We need to warn Reuben. It's very urgent. He's about to examine Simon as soon as the period of time required by the Cain's passes. But where is he? I have no idea. Where is he staying? I don't know. There's a secret dissecting room in one of the warehouses, but nobody knows where exactly. He used to live mostly in the steppe, sometimes sleeping in the termitaria or a Waffle shelter. But he's not here. I know that for sure. He went away to mourn his master. What would you have done if you were him? I would have resigned myself and left the place for good. My investigation is over. I'd wait for him at the Canes. It's simple. Okay. Yeah, I'm not here to argue morality with you, dude. I need to go make sure that guy didn't get his hands all over that infected body. So we're gonna hop up. This will be a straight shot. We've got everyone else as far as I'm aware, and if I check this... Okay, so the medic is gonna meet me here. They're at Victor's. It's one of the two. Oh, I deeply overshot that. You kind of want to make a straight line to things because your health goes down so quickly in this game, or your general vitals go down so quickly in this game. But this game is so, like, beautiful that I encourage you to, like, make extra save files and just kind of explore a little bit. There's not, like, an overabundance of places to explore, and, like, the character models can be kind of repetitive. But, like, the writing for this game is what makes it really stand out. Okay, so I think I need to... I think I go back to her at least once.
I had a feeling you would come.
Okay, so no, we don't. So let's go to the mansions. Now this means we're basically almost done. I gotta run all the way down here. Let's try this first house in case it is Victor. We'll know immediately. It is not. I forget if this is Victor or Gregory or whatever. I always mix up both of their houses. All I know is that the brothers have the two houses at the front, and the daughter has the one house at the back.
I'm too old. Nothing can harm me anymore.
Let me know when Ruben arrives. No, wait, earlier than 11 o'clock. Okay, cool. Certain occasions, excessive haste has led to undesirable consequences. The phenomenon that Isidore invited you here to study is in our blood. The physiological trait of our family shows itself from time to time. That is quite intriguing. The examination of the body will not help you in any way. This puzzle has to be solved with your mind. I'm not able to or even allowed to tell you any more than that. Believe me, I'm not trying to conceal any evidence from you. The body is kept in the ice house. It is intact. The focus may not be breached. Wait for the required period of time to pass. Okay, so because of tradition, which makes kind of a bit of sense, we're not allowed to examine the body, and this guy's not going to come until certain period of time o'clock. Because I've already gotten the achievement for the cat, there's no point in me wandering back because there's literally no visual indication other than getting the achievement that you have it. But if any of you try it and you get lost or confused and it doesn't work for you, just let me know and I will literally just walk you there. I will make a video of me just walking there. Just taking a short jaunt.
Tell me if you have trouble with this, and I will make you a tutorial.
I'll show you where the cat is. So we're gonna go back to her.
We sometimes.
And we're gonna wait. Our house.
Exhaustion go down, hunger go up.
It's time. I pull out my gun. So, combat in this game...
I do like the pulling out your gun animation, though. It is really good.
It is really good. It's very smooth. So, combat sucks in this game. You mainly just want to make sure you don't get mugged. You can take advantage of watching muggers attack other NPCs, because the other NPCs will get a couple blows in, and you can then kill the mugger, which will lead to, like, clapping. I think it gives you positive reputation.
The town will meet its death.
I think he's actually at the other house.
The house. The other house. The house. The other house. The house.
Yep, there's our boy.
The grip of the manhunt is tightening.
Ah! Why is he so tall?
He's one of your species. Greetings, friend. I've heard news of your arrival. Everyone has. Are you here to examine the body as well? Are you here to join the Touchy the Dead Guy party with me? My dear colleague, I hope you haven't touched it yet. I haven't. Is there a problem? Simon's body, whatever it is, possesses a dire threat. I suspect he has died of a contagious disease. Are you sure? Well, it doesn't matter anyway. If it's the thing again, what do you think it is? Judging by what I've found so far, it could be fibrous, typhoidea, or plague. I don't believe it. A second outbreak? Wait a second, I need to regain my senses. Are you sure about this? Do you mean what you say? I am, and I do. If it's the sand plague, Master's death is so untimely. If it's the sand plague, we only have a few more days to live. You see, I have no idea how to stop it. Nobody does. So you're already familiar with this disease? I'm only making assumptions. I don't want to believe this. I'd rather have any other plague than this. Yeah? We have no time to waste. The body must be inspected, isolated, destroyed if necessary. We need to take protective measures for that, of course. We need your diagnosis before we can provide reasonable protection. At the moment, you can only buy yellow immunity boosters at the drugstores. They're no good, but I'll try to do something about this. You have to take a lot of them in order to gain immunity, and they hurt you. But I'll try to do something about this. We'll need to make some remedies from the... Bleh. We'll need to take some remedies from the Master's old workplace. Did you know he was murdered by his son? Again? An atrocity? His son has nothing to do with this. I presume Isidore was infected by Simon and he died of the same disease. Or vice versa. Well, let's not waste any more time. You're right, let's make haste. I'll get everything ready for the examination. Meanwhile, let's arrange for the body to be isolated. Kane is keeping it in a cold place. I'll keep you informed. If we act deliberately and with calm mind, we can prevent this epidemic. Stay strong, I won't leave you on your own. We gotta go talk to Gregory, who's just in the other house. Wait. Yeah, he's just in the other house.
Right in the middle of the street.
The town will meet its death at the hand of Simon's murderer. That much is certain.
I have been told of your initial verdict. You assert that Simon Kane was not killed by a human or a Shabnak demon, but died of a natural cause or succumbed to some physical weakness. Is that what you're saying? I wouldn't say he died naturally. He just died of a mysterious disease. Microbes are more efficient killers than demons. Is that a hypothesis or a fact supported by the evidence? It's a proven fact. Where's this proof then? Show me the body, Judge, and you will have it. The body is in the focus of the crucible. You cannot examine it now, and I mean that is technically impossible. Nobody may see the body before a certain period of time passes, neither Master Reuben, nor you, my dear Bachelor, not even myself. What am I supposed to do until then? What can I ask of you now? You've come to a conclusion already, have you not? If you haven't, then I urge you to seek out the facts as relentlessly as we do. May Providence help us if you are right. Alright, let's wait for that period of time to pass. Okay, so everything is done. We've done everything that we could possibly do for the quest for today. And that's what those four marks represent. I do remember that we have to talk to, I believe her name is Eva. Pull out my phone. So this isn't probably gonna be necessary for me to have until tomorrow morning. And since we aren't really playing tomorrow morning, I'm literally just gonna take you all to the theater and have you watch the credits for the first day. The theater performs a play that summarizes the events of the day and helps sort of give you a context for the future.
My lacquer is cracking. See?
Okay, so you know what? Be sweet. I believe I did all of this right.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
I didn't notice that painting before. I like it. So we're gonna go see the mime performance. We're gonna try not to get killed on the way to the mime performance. But that's why we have this gun. Reveal your presence. So, the place I remember the most muggers being, also that was cool, was in this plaza over there, actually. So we should be okay, unless there's some hanging out in front of the theater.
My husband ordered bees, 20,000 bees. The Postal Service has lost his order.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, yeah, there's a mugger. Yeah! Exactly 666 coins off that dude.
Nice.
Nice. At least I'm pretty sure.
Today, the killer was identified. Its nature turned out to be completely unexpected.
The enemy is found and named.
It's called the sand pest. The contagious plague is threatening to ruin everything here.
How can a killer like this be punished? How can a villain like this be struck?
He can't. It's impossible. By pulling a knife on it, you'll just cut an innocent body.
I think I should go. Nothing to be done here anyway.
You should go. Go then. Wherever you please. Shoo!
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. We've gotten through the first day of Pathologic together. Now you know how to do it. You can go into your game and beat the first day yourself. Let's go get those percentages up. Before we raid Nicotine, we're going to say hi to our last bound. We're going to put away our gun.
When we do not find peace of mind in ourselves, it is useless to seek it elsewhere. Only knowing our fortune in advance could we predict our conduct.
The theater welcomes a distinguished audience at any time. There's a performance of the masks every evening, and the blood gets rinsed off every night. The rest of the time slots are filled with a puppet show. But that's not all we have. Magic tricks, fortune-telling, dream reading. Whoever has eyes, let them see. Is this a theater? It's rather small. True, this is a chamber theater, and since I have the pleasure of being the booking agent, director, and the impresario around here, I can also tell you that our shows are not for everyone's eyes. When is the next performance? That's for you to decide. You're part of the lineup. The play script is not yet complete, you see. Everything depends on your actions. You won't have to wait long. When will the play script be approved? Your fate isn't bound yet. It will take time, effort, and of course, your direct participation. Come to see us every evening. We'll show you how you're doing.
Changeling went to the dangerous and the suspicious as an envoy of death itself.